So I started this video with my Statler pen, which I have no idea how to say that, obviously. Some woman told me it had some weird thing like that. It's not like Statler, whatever. Anyway, I started this video with that pen, but as you can see, it ran out of ink. You can see that little line there that's, well, I had to go over the other lines with ink in there. I just went over that one. But anyway. So that pen ran out, thankfully, because I was feeling really guilty about taking it from the post office. And I actually only drew with it for about, maybe a half hour to an hour, and then it ran out of ink. So I didn't feel that bad. Like most pens last, I would say 3 to 5 hours. 10 hours. I don't know. But the original owner definitely got a good amount of use out of it before presumably accidentally leaving it at the post office where I contracted it. So anyway, contracted? No. What's the word there? I don't know. But it's not like a disease. I didn't contract anything there at the post office. I mean, I probably did, but hopefully no. So anyway, about this drawing, if you watch the beginning, you see that I create a couple eyelashes or something, and then I just started drawing and drawing, and it looks originally like my doodles used to look in high school, like straight lines. I didn't really flesh anything out. I had no sense of how much variation could help a drawing. So line variation all over the place now in my work. I definitely recommend doing that. Which if you watched my other videos, you saw a little bit of that line variation. Okay, so in this video, even though it looks like I just drew the number 83 or some Chinese takeout or, a bunch of stairways, I wasn't really going for anything. What's different about this video is that I kind of branched out and drew ahead of my typical. Normally what I do is I just draw. I go forward and draw. But in this one, I kind of drew out some thin lines and then I went back over them almost like I had not really a plan. It's just, I had some basic shapes going there, and I eventually started fleshing them out. And then, eventually a few aliens popped into the drawing, which you don't really see until the last few seconds of this video. You see one about halfway through, or after a couple minutes you see one at the top of the screen. If you turn it around, just turn it around in your mind, turn it upside down. I like to provide the sense of motion in my drawings, so you see a lot of slanty lines here. Not a lot of 3D depth in this one, but you do see a little bit here and there. And one thing I realized, these markers are the wettest markers I have seen. How are they so wet? Anyway, yeah, so I drew a bunch of little circles, a bunch of little slash marks, stairways, again, molecules. I don't know. What am I drawing today? I don't know.
I just keep drawing and drawing and drawing until I run out of things to draw.
I know I could do a lot more with depth in my drawings. I hope over the next 30 days during this challenge that I start creating more depth. I really love a 3D image or a 3D feeling, and you don't really get that sense in this drawing as much. It's very flat, very pop art-y, it looks like graffiti or something, but I love this drawing. I thought it was cool. I mean, I usually don't love my work. I usually hate it for whatever reason, probably because, I'm an artist and that's how we all roll, but you just basically hate your work. I don't know. You like it at first, you love it, you fall in love with it, and then you start to be like, oh, I don't know about this. I don't know if anyone else is gonna like it. Most people don't really tell me what they think of my art. I mean, it's not something that you really say. People are like, cool, that's cool, that's cool, that's awesome, I love it. But they don't really say oh, I feel this way about it, or I saw this in it, and really explain. I mean, to me, this image is really simple. It's obvious to me that it's some alien life form, especially at the end when you start seeing almost a feminine alien body being created. I have no other way to say it. But right here at the end where I start drawing little circles, and it almost looks like a girl alien just like walking down the road, hanging out. Like, oh, this is my laser beam. And this is where I shoot lasers from. This is my radio. Everything is just kind of stuck to my big head, my big alien head. What are those black things? They look like cigarettes. I really can't think of anything else. Like candy cigarettes. All exciting flavors. Remember candy cigarettes? They like don't even have those anymore because like it's totally wrong. But do they have those little bottles of like they were little Coca-Cola bottles or something like that? But were they beer bottles? I don't know. I think they were just like Coca-Cola bottles, but they were like made of wax and you could like eat the wax. Is that even, should you eat that wax? I think I tried it a couple times and then like I did just chew on it and then spit it out. So one time in the 90s I heard of like, a woman that had eaten gum her entire life and they had to remove like a 40-pound tumor from her stomach. And when I say tumor, I mean a wad of gum. And like, I don't want that to be me, you know? I don't want a stomach full of gum or a stomach full of wax. I think it's bad. So I strayed away from those candies. Thanks to, like Rescue 911 or whatever it was that said that. I'm pretty sure it was just like a news flash article one day. So I'm probably like the only person that ever heard that story.